Now, coming into January this year, my long-term lease expired in Thailand and I had a big decision to make. It was, do I carry on continuing to live in Thailand, or do I move? Do I explore other options for me and my lifestyle? And after being in Australia for almost a month now, I've come to terms that I'm fully done with Thailand and that I'm not going to continue to live there for any longer. Now, you probably think like, oh, something happened to you. Maybe you got your heart broke, maybe it's the air pollution, maybe I got a bit homesick. No, it's actually the complete opposite. The main reason that I left Thailand is because of me, ultimately me and only me. Now let's wind the clocks back. 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I moved to Thailand. Not really much to my name, just me and my best friend. We ran up a little business in Egypt, decided we were going to move to Thailand. And that change of environment, just being around entrepreneurs, it absolutely changed my life. It was one of the best moves and the best decisions I ever made in my life. And 2024 ultimately was one of the most successful years of my life. Like, as you know, my main bag is trading. 2024 was absolutely awesome for the markets. There was lots of opportunity and I just felt like $1 million. I was working semi-hard, but I was working smart. And I was making the most money I've ever made in my life. Absolutely incredible that year. Being in Thailand, especially in Bangkok that year, I look back and think, wow, that was one of the best times of my life. Going into 2025, I had a downer year. 2024, in terms of like progress and making money, incredible. I'll always look back to that year, but 2025, I look at that year as a bit of an L. Now, like me, I'm a real person. I don't really take L's. Losses are only lessons, but I'd say 2025, I left with more lessons than I did wins, which isn't a good thing. It's what you need to grow and self-develop. Thailand wasn't the problem. You can never completely blame your environment on you not finding success. But what I would blame 2025 being a bit of a downer year on for me was how I was living in Thailand. Think about like your hometown or wherever you live, wherever you guys are, if you haven't been to Thailand. Thailand is whatever you like about your own hometown or your home country on steroids. It's everything times 10. So anything you want, whether it's women, parties, amazing delicious food, cost of living, like a really cheap and affordable cost of living where you can pretty much do anything you want. Even go to Nobu and have a meal at Nobu every week with cocktails, and it's not going to bite the bank, especially with the money I was making, because I was doing some 6-figure months in 2025. If you can't find a workflow in an environment like that, it's going to have an impact on your motivation, the way you do business, how you feel overall as a man. It's going to impact all of these things. And ultimately, if these things aren't where they need to be, you're not going to be as productive in your day-to-day life. And I say for me, in 2025, I was very distracted in Thailand. And I can openly admit that. I can put my hands up and say, last year, I was a bitch. I was not doing the things that I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't on top of YouTube. I wasn't on top of everything as much as I usually am. I was a bitch last year, and that is why the year didn't go as it should have done for me. See, before I moved to Thailand, I did 15 months sober without drinking a single sip of alcohol. I did not fall for any lust or anything like that. I was pretty much celibate the whole time, as gay as it may sound. But that life setup, having that locked in grind where you're cooking your own food every day, every single day you have a task flow, content, this, that, fulfillment, blah, 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 a massive task list, smashing gym every day as well, big 1.5 hour gym sessions. That was what got me from zero to hero. That is what got me from zero to a $500,000 net worth. Doing what I was doing in Thailand, sleeping around, falling for all this lust, taking these girls out on fancy dates and dinners that actually weren't even expensive because you're in Thailand. That was costing me elevating my life to the next level and making millions of dollars. Again, it's not the place, it's the person. But I do not like the person that I became in Thailand. Just last month, I had a big decision to make, right? Had a lot of options on my plate. It was stay in Thailand or maybe go to Bali, which is another place I quite like. I'd say I thrive a bit in Bali, but it does have some similar characteristics as Thailand. Or it was do a 1% South America tour, which is what we did originally have on our plans, which would have gone to Colombia and Brazil. Or the other idea that was pitched to me would be to move to Australia. Now, Australia is a very westernized country. It's very high end. As you can see, this was a decision I made. I'm in Australia right now. I have these massive skyscrapers behind me. I have the beach right there. And the reason why I chose to come here is because I needed a reset in life. I needed to go to somewhere that isn't very populated, isn't very distracting, where I have a distraction-free environment to really reset everything. I needed one big hard reset. And I wasn't gonna get a big hard reset staying in Bangkok where I've got tings left, right and center, link up, link up, link up. And I definitely wasn't gonna get one in Bali as well because I know so many people there that are always gonna ask me to do things. And do you really think I was gonna get one in Brazil? I've seen enough of that place online to know that it's not a distraction-free environment. I needed to go somewhere where I can lock myself in an apartment, cook all my own food, so I know exactly what's going into my food, where there is really nothing else to do other than get a bit of lovely vitamin D and work and train hard. And since coming here, since making that big, bold move, moving to another continent, Australia is not in Asia, it's in a whole nother continent, Oceania, putting my back against the wall and coming here, it's worked absolutely wonders for me. And the moral of the story, guys, you sometimes have to think what is best for business. Like, yes, for my social life, for my sex life, this and that, staying in Thailand was amazing. I could do anything I wanted there. I could go to any restaurant, I could hit on anything, I could stay in the nicest penthouse. But was that really going to move the needle forward? No. Was that really going to connect me with the best entrepreneurs on the planet? No. Even my business, the network, the 1%, we have been absolutely booming since I came to Australia because I was getting uncomfortable and I was connecting with new faces, people that are chasing different things, right? I have some people that I absolutely love in the 1% in Thailand, but a lot of the entrepreneurs in Thailand, I don't mean to be rude or disrespect anybody, they are very, very obsessed with lust. Now, I say that a man that can't control his lust cannot be a leader. 90% of those entrepreneurs in Thailand are fooled by lust. Someone that I did some very good business with recently, I helped him out massively. He has recently ruined a relationship with me pretty much forever because of a girl, because of a fucking girl. And that is how these guys are moving, because they can't control it. If you're in an environment where it's girls fucking everywhere, it's like a 66% female population, and you're a man that has no control over his lust, you're going to go down a slippery slope. Bro, I'm not perfect. I'm literally telling you guys, it's one of the reasons I left. It's a hard thing to control, and it takes some time. It takes you going to a distraction-free environment, reading 10 pages a day of the Bible, and really just locking in your mindset. And I would not have been able to get my life back on track if I stayed in Thailand, guys. Thailand is a fucking amazing place, and I will definitely be returning back there in the future. Probably not to live, but of course, just to see the 1% boys hang out and just get involved in such a beautiful country and environment, because it really is an amazing place. But to live, I think I need to be somewhere where I'm locked in, guys. Like, I'll be honest, like, I live by the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time on your gym, on your diet, working really hard, moving the needle forward to ensure your business is hitting record months every month. And 20% of the time, we do the 1% meetups, we get out, we get active, maybe we have a drink or two, and we enjoy ourselves. Thailand, to me, it was more like the 50-50 rule. I'll be completely honest with you guys, I have nothing to hide to my viewers. But here in Australia, guys, it's fucking amazing. Paradise every day. Right now, it's the Australian summer. 33 degrees weather every day. As you guys can see, I'm a little bit sunburnt right now. And I'm just so much more locked in here than I was in Thailand. Sometimes lifestyle freedom, location freedom, it's not about staying where you have the most fun. Sometimes it's about actually like staying somewhere where it's more optimal for you to make money, right? I'm not exactly where I want to be in life. Yes, I have location freedom. Yes, I make a lot more money than the average man. I'm doing well for myself, but I'm still not where I want to be. And living in that Bangkok, Thailand environment, I think it got me way, way too comfortable, boys. Everything on speed dial. You can eat at Nobu in the finest sushi restaurants 3-4 times a week. You got women on speed dial, parties on speed dial. You can get a bottle show in a club there for about 150 GBP. It's amazing, but is it optimal for me and my lifestyle to move the business forward? No. And since I've been here, since I made this big bold move to get uncomfortable, leave the place I called home for 2 years, my business is looking the best it's ever been. Inside the 1%, our private network is looking absolutely incredible. People are hitting record months left, right and center. Things couldn't be looking better for the future. So guys, moral of the story, if you're not thriving somewhere, if somewhere's not optimal for you to live, of course you can never completely blame the place. But if you have the chance to take yourself out of that environment and maybe test how you perform in a different environment, it could be the best decision you ever made. Because this year, 100%, best decision I ever made was leaving Thailand. And I can say that as a fact, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I was completely honest, guys. I was a fucking bitch last year, but this year we're gonna absolutely smash it and have the best year I've ever had in my life. We're top in 2024, and I wanna take all you guys with me. Appreciate you guys rocking. Peace out. See you guys in the next one.